What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Boosie Badazz brought in the new year with his latest album called In My Feelings, and in parentheses, Goin Thru It. First off, I think it's a bad time to put out an album. I feel like this album is going to get swept under the radar. Not only because it's dropping at the beginning of 2016, and pretty much that excludes you from like eligibility of year-end list, which I don't know if Boosie really cares, but on top of that, people are, still on vacation, still trying to relax. So I think people might overlook this album. And if you're watching this, you're obviously a Boosie fan. You're obviously curious. So I say this before I even get into the review: do not sleep on this album. Everything that I didn't like with Touchdown to Cause Hell, I think is rectified on this album. Instead of having, those club records, those ratchet type of tracks, he cuts those out in favor of just being 100% personal and honest. The title is probably the perfect representation of this album. He goes from, talking about how he got cancer and, his fear of, dying because of it. Like he has the record titled Cancer, and that's, it takes you through exactly what happened, like when he got diagnosed, and then later on he was in the shower crying. He was talking to his mom and grandma, in tears. And this is something that a lot of rappers don't share, but Boosie he's like unapologetic when he does it, and he shares it as if, like, I don't know when he wrote the record, but he shares it as if this is like in the moment. He's like writing it the night of finding out that he has kidney cancer. And, since then, obviously, if you keep up with the news, he had a surgery and it was successful so far. He lost half a kidney, but he's cancer free. And going back to the album, I just think it captures all of the different ranges of emotions that Boosie has always given his fans, and that his fans really love. Because, there's people that love, Wipe Me Down, and that's a good record, but a lot of people are not gonna be a fan of Boosie's hearing his entire catalog. They might enjoy Wipe Me Down, but they're not gonna, enjoy or relate to his more deeper material. And also on the album, like The Rain. The Rain is the intro, and it kind of sums up everything he's going to talk about, in a sense, like, death, being double-crossed, the messed up legal system, and, so many other little topics that are bundled into this 3-minute and 23-second song. And ultimately, I just feel like In My Feelings is going to be one of those most emotional, relatable albums of the year. And I know it's really early and we could get a whole bunch of albums coming out, but Boosie made a strong body of work with In My Feelings. I think he just dropped it at the wrong time. Maybe if he waited, another month and kind of build it up, because he didn't put out like a single prior to this. He just 10 tracks, boom, right there. He announced it like a week in advance, and then here you are with this album. One of the lines on Warning Signs that caught my attention was, he said, and I believe his mom gave him this advice. He said, "Don't put your faith in man, he will fail you every time." I just thought that stood out to me. It's a little startling to hear him talking about like dying so soon on I Know They Gonna Miss Me, which is the album closure. I know Boosie is not a stranger to talking about his death and, passing away and his legacy and all that, but it never gets easier to listen to. It's a little bit, it's definitely hard to listen to. I think for someone who's endured so much and overcome a whole lot of stuff, I think Boosie is not somebody who is gonna worry about dying so soon, I guess. I don't know. I'm not in Boosie's situation. I hear his music and I can understand where the feelings come from, but it still is a little startling. It's kind of like very Tupac-like for him to, be talking about like his legacy and how his fans and friends and family are gonna go miss him and all that stuff. But I think that's what makes Boosie, relatable, because everybody has those thoughts of death. You know, it might be startling to hear, you know, somebody who's been so successful, who's made a living doing what he loves, who's overcome so much adversity in his career and in his life, to, you know, sit here and break down like this. So I think In My Feelings is a really good album from start to finish. I didn't have any issues with it. I think, like I said in the beginning, he kind of cut out the filler material that you would have got on like A Touchdown to Cause Hell in favor of just the personal, deep, you know, introspective type of material that is really going to catch people's attention. So I definitely recommend downloading or going on iTunes, and getting In My Feelings. And now I got 2 questions for you guys. So if you heard the album, which song did you connect with most? There's a lot of records on here. I don't know. For me, I can't really pick a one record that I really connected with the most. I feel like as a whole, as a package, I connected with it. You know, because me and Boosie, we have a lot of similarities and, you know, a lot of differences. And I think some of those similarities lie in, you know, we're both doing what we love to do, but at the same time, it might not be as glamorous as it is on, you know, the screen to the public and all that. And that's where me and Boosie have like that one big similarity. But yeah, which song did you connect with most? Let me know in the comment section below. And lastly, do you think that this is Boosie's best album? You know, let me know in the comment section below. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at Sermons Domain. As always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, peace.